Yes, sir. Gentleman from the 5th delegate, Fluharty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gentleman brought up flexibility. Does this legislation give the option for municipalities and cities to stay in a nonpartisan election?
Not as I interpret it now.
Okay, so we're forcing these cities to amend their charter and hold partisan elections, even if they believe as a community the nonpartisan elections have been just fine.
You could interpret it that way, yes.
I think it's an interpretation. Is there the ability for a city to say we'll hold a special election and decide for ourselves whether we want partisan elections?
No.
Okay, so we're forcing them to go partisan, even if it's against the will of that community.
That would be depending on what their will would be, I guess. You explained it right, but I don't know what the will of every community would be.
Or you could say that was correct. That's a correct interpretation of your own legislation.
In your own way, yeah.
Can you point to anywhere in the legislation where I'm incorrect?
I mean, the legislation is pretty silent on the will of the communities, but it does force them to go partisan.
So if the community wanted to continue having a nonpartisan election, is there anything in this legislation that allows them to do so?
Not as I interpret it.
That's what I thought. Do you have any documented evidence that nonpartisan elections have led to a failed governance in any city or municipality in the state?
Well, I could give you an opinion on one of mine, but factually, no.
So you're unhappy with your current mayor, so you came here and drafted legislation to force partisan elections after telling us today?
No, I just think it's a transparency thing, that it's up to the committee and it'll be up to the floor, and if it goes that far, it'll be up to the Senate, and keep on moving.
I think we know why we're here. And the gentleman from the 2nd brought up a great point. He was correct. When the new supermajority took over, one of the first actions they took was to bring local control back to the cities and municipalities in the state and away from Charleston, because at that time, you all believed in smaller government. Not anymore. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.